joining God alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Cowboys in this matchup. They're the best team in the NFL as far as running the football goes, but they're in for a stern test here.
Yeah, that defense that they're going up against, they're no slouch either. One of the top 5 units in the league. I think this game could boil down to stopping the big play. This offense can certainly hit some home runs, and if they hit on a couple here, it might be all they need to win the game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 20 carries, 108 for the yardage, and the score, too.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Throwing on third down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. The Browns at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. left side, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
From the 31, Fields. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. That's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Fields. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Fields now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 49 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught for Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw. Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with the pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. (21-3) is your score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they run with Harris off the option. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Here's Fields. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, Fields. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Fields. Got Doubs over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
It's interesting going into this game. There's so much talk from both sides about who will control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They run for it with Harris. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Fields going to hold on to it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now, guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far, so I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields setting up the screen. Harris. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A nice little juke. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 2. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Deontay Johnson up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he wisely will throw that one away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wolf.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Sherman.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down. So quite a call there. They go on 4th and inches and wind up getting 5 yards.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
20.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the give, this is Harris. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This is a 26-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
A great guy, your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Now Fields.
And he wisely will throw that one away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right at the 35. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll try to right side with Harris. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Here's Fields.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. From the gun on third down, Fields.
And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Browns getting set to go.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Back to throw again. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He's got the connection to Moore.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 29, Fields. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields throwing again. He gets it complete to Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 22. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
And they run with Harris off the option.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Najee Harris
with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, it's Fields. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. This is Harris on the draw. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Here we go on 4th down, Fields. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Setting up the screen, Harris. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Fields now to throw. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Meanwhile, Fields through.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw here. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Browns, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.